Hi students, I'm Sonia from Vidya Guru. Starting a new session on current affairs. This session is for the month of September. This session is an English medium. If you are not comfortable with the language, switch to the Hindi medium session. There are a lot many students who actually suggest that I should start speaking in Hindi. Please understand that Vidya Guru uploads almost all the sessions in Hindi medium as well as English medium. So if you are not comfortable with this session, you can switch to the Hindi medium session. I wish to tell you that this session is meant for our South Indian students, is meant for our Northeast students because they are unable to understand Hindi. So this session is for our South Indian students. I'll start the session, but before starting, I expect that you will actually press the like button for sure. Because I've actually selected a lot many important questions for you. I've spent that much time, so I expect that you'll be pressing the like button for sure. Share the video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to Vidya Guru's YouTube channel by pressing the subscribe button and the bell icon which is just next to the subscribe button. You'll get the notifications of all the exam relevant videos which we upload. I'll start with the session and let's move to the first question. Look at your screen and be very attentive. The first question is UNICEF Ambassador for Promoting Child Rights. Celebrity Ambassador Ayushmann Khurrana, hashtag for every child. UNICEF Ambassador for Promoting Child Rights, hashtag for every child has become Ayushmann Khurrana. Let's move to the other question, and this question is about our erstwhile President Pranab Mukherjee. We all are aware that he died a few days back. So the books written by him become very important from the perspective of your exam. Okay, I'll start with the names, but if you wish to read more of the books, you can actually type one of the names. You'll be able to see them on Amazon and the list will appear in front of you. I'll actually explain the names of a few. And the names are as follows. Your screen states that the presidential years, the coalition years, the turbulent years, thoughts and reflections, the dramatic decade, and beyond survival. These are the important books from my point of view written by Pranab Mukherjee ji, and he was actually our 13th president. So let's move to the other question, and from here on we'll start talking about US Open 2020. There are people, I know that you are even thinking like how can US Open take place? How can US Open take place? But you need to know that such things have started happening. You must be thinking like what sort of meetings are happening? All the virtual meetings are happening? No. Even meetings took place. I'll be actually explaining all of them in this session, that meetings have started happening, and apart from that, we'll start with US Open which took place. It was played. Dominic Thiem lifted the title of men's singles. Men's singles, Dominic Thiem, he is from Austria. He defeated Alexander Zverev. He is from Germany. He is from Germany, as in not Dominic Thiem, he is from Austria. But Alexander is from Germany. Let's move to the other question of US Open, and that is women's singles. Very illustrious, very famous Naomi Osaka. She is from Japan. She lifted the title of women's singles by defeating Victoria Azarenka. Victoria Azarenka, she is from Belarus. Not Naomi Osaka. Naomi Osaka is from Japan. Let's move to men's doubles. There's something new here today. I'm telling you, you are going to watch the session. You'll get to know what is going to happen further. US Open, men's doubles. We are discussing the names of men's doubles, as in the people, the combo of two, who lifted the title. Mate Pavic, he is from Croatia. Bruno Soares, he is from Brazil. And they lifted the title of men's doubles. When we move to women's doubles, we'll actually discuss the names of Laura Siegemund, she is from Germany, and Vera Zvonareva, she is from Russia. Women's doubles title lifted by these two women. and something new, and that is mixed doubles did not take place this year. Be alert, I'm saying mixed doubles did not take place this year in US Open 2020. Let's move to the other question. Startup ranking 2019. See, we have to actually take one state and one union territory. Startup ranking for the year 2019, though I'm actually delivering the lecture in 2020, but these are the rankings which actually got declared just now. For the year 2019 startup ranking, the best performer state was Gujarat, and out of union territories, best union territories among the startup ranking, Andaman and Nicobar. Let's move to the other question. Ease of doing business ranking 2019. Read the words carefully. When I say ease of doing business, that means something is easy, something has been made easy for you. Ease of doing business report. According to that ranking 2019, number 1 state Andhra Pradesh, number 2 Uttar Pradesh, and the third state Telangana. You have to actually read them like that. I was saying Andhra Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Telangana. These are the states actually aligned in numbers, and as per the ease of doing business ranking, they stood first, second and third respectively. I'll move to the other question. Priority sector lending. Now these questions are equally important as the names of the books of Mr. Pranab Mukherjee. Priority sector lending. These are the new categories. When somebody talks about priority sector lending, we only understand that agriculture sector or such sort of sectors fall in this category. Like agriculture sector falls in this category. These are the only types which are there. But be careful. Bank loan to startups up to 50 crore will fall in the category of priority sector lending. Please understand that priority sector lending does not mean, I am not saying that it does not mean that, it means that too. I'm saying something additional is there. That is why new categories have actually classified them as new categories. They are added. Priority sector lending, if any bank lends to startups up to 50 crore, that will be called, for a bank, that will be called priority sector lending. Let's move to the other point which got added to. Like if, loans are actually provided for setting up compressed biogas plants, then also that will be, considered priority sector lending. Let's move to the third point, which is also the part of it and pretty new for all of us. If solar plants for grid connected agriculture products, solar plants for grid, that means I'm actually talking about the square shape, grid connected agriculture pumps. For setting up these, loans are provided to farmers. That also is the part that will also be considered a part of priority sector lending for banks. So please be careful. Out of these three, anything can be asked in your exam. Let's move to the other point, and that is about priority sector lending 2. Revised RBI guidelines. Loan limit doubled for renewable energy. Renewable energy, solar energy, we have actually just now we have talked about that. So loan limit doubled for renewable energy. Credit limit doubled too for health infrastructure. Those which come under Ayushman Bharat, they are also the part of it. Credit limit doubled for health infra. Loan limit doubled for renewable energy. Higher credit for, credit means loan. Higher credit for farmers, producer organizations or companies. So what sort of help they are providing? That is actually written here, that they are making the loan amount double for renewable energy, for health infra or for farmers producer organizations. This is basically the priority sector lending revised RBI guidelines. Let's move to the other point. Indra. Can you break that, Indra? Oh, must be thinking what I'm actually saying. I am saying that read the word carefully and break the letters. IND stands for India and RA stands for Russia. So between India and Russia, this maritime exercise, Naval 2020 exercise took place in Bay of Bengal. I was actually talking about Indra because I wanted to make you learn it forever whenever you read that. So Indra is what? India and Russia. So if they ask you, they may ask you the question about the country, you are aware. And if you are not familiar with the venue, I've told you that is Bay of Bengal. The other question is FDI, foreign direct investment in defense sector under automatic route. See, if somebody states what is automatic route, if automatic route, that means if I'm going to explain such a thing, I'm going to explain it like that. If somebody is investing from the foreign country, if somebody is investing from foreign nation, that person need not take the permission of government or RBI every time. Through automatic route, they can straight away invest money. That is foreign direct investment under automatic route. Here, foreign direct investment in the defense sector is being stated, like how much foreign direct investment can be made. Foreign direct investment can be made under automatic route. It has been increased and that is 74%. So foreign direct investment in defense sector under automatic route increased to 74%. The other question is Indira Gandhi Peace Prize 2019. It is called like that only. Indira Gandhi Peace Prize for 2019 was actually given to David Attenborough. David Attenborough is from Britain and he is basically a famous broadcaster and he is a famous natural historian. He is basically primarily known as natural historian, to be very frank with you. So David Attenborough is a broadcaster and natural historian. He received the award Indira Gandhi Peace Prize for the year 2019 and I told you he is from Britain. The next question is RBI norms on CCO appointment. Here we are talking about Chief Compliance Officer. And you must be thinking, what is that? See, read the word compliance. And I am sure that you are familiar with the meaning of compliance, where we follow something. So, Chief Compliance Officer should be appointed. That is the suggestion. These are the norms from RBI. Chief Compliance Officer to be appointed for a minimum fixed tenure of 3 years. These are the 3-4 points that you need to be aware of. See, every bank has to follow some directions, some regulations. So RBI norms on hiring, on appointing chief compliance officer, in which they have clearly stated that the appointment should be for minimum 3 years. That means should not be less than 3 years. The tenure I was referring to. The age of that person should not be more than 55 years. Minimum experience in banking and financial sector industry should be 15 years. Minimum banking financial BFSI, banking and financial service industry experience should be 15 years. And the reporting of this Chief Compliance Officer will be made to MD and CEO and or that means there's a choice. They can actually make the reporting to all the three or maybe to these two only. MD and CEO or board audit, committee of board, or if they want MD, CEO and board audit, committee of board, 3 of them can actually take the reporting from Chief Compliance Officer. Let's move to the other question. Now, there are many questions about Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Now, we'll start with Defense Ministers meet. Because India's delegation, India's representation was actually done by the representative Who's that representative? Such sort of questions will be there. And I'll start with Shanghai Cooperation Organization Defense Ministers meeting. It took place in Moscow, Russia. Moscow, Russia. This is not the virtual meet, because you will be reading in newspapers that Jaishankar, S. Jaishankar or Rajnath Singh landed in Moscow. What they were doing there? Obviously, they were there to attend the meeting. Which meeting? Shanghai Cooperation Organization Defense Ministers meet. Venue was Moscow, Russia, and the Defense Minister of India who represented us there, Rajnath Singh. Shanghai Cooperation Organization Council of Foreign Ministers meet. Foreign Minister is S. Jaishankar, so he'll be representing us there. So he did the delegation. He was there in Moscow, Russia only. So who did the delegation? I said Jaishankar, S. Jaishankar. I'll move to the other question. Now, Shanghai Cooperation Organization Heads of Government Summit, the meeting of Heads of Government, took place, as in going to take place in India. It is said that it will actually happen in the month of November. So around November, it should be held on 30th November. That is the date mentioned everywhere. That is Shanghai Cooperation Organization Heads of Government Summit will take place in India this year on 30th November. Next question is, author of the Commonwealth of Cricket, Ramchandra Guha, the famous historian, we all know about him. So, author of the Commonwealth of Cricket, Ramchandra Guha, The Big Thoughts of Little Love. The Big Thoughts of Little Love. This is basically the book written by Karan Johar. I'll move to the other question. G20, Virtual Education Ministers meet. I've specifically mentioned the word virtual here so that you can be aware that this meeting took place virtually or physically they attended the meeting. G20 Virtual Education Ministers meet attended by Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank. The same Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank who was the Minister of Human Resource Development earlier, now he is the Minister of Education. Must be thinking that how is that possible? His ministry didn't get changed. Actually, the name of the ministry got changed. You are aware, the Ministry of Human Resource Development has become Ministry of Education now. So, Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank, who was actually called the Minister of HRD, he is called Union Minister of Education now. So, the Virtual Education Ministers meet took place as in hosted by Saudi Arabia. I was saying that it was a virtual meet. So, hosted by some nation has to host that. Virtual meet is also hosted by some nation. So, who was heading that? Who was hosting that? That was Saudi Arabia. And Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank, he did the delegation. The other question is, now Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa, BRICS. 5th BRICS Culture Ministers meet attended by Prahlad Singh Patel. And who's Prahlad Singh Patel? Obviously, he has to be our Minister of Culture, independent charge. If you are not aware, independent charge, that means he does not have any minister above him to report. So, Minister of Culture, independent charge, Prahlad Singh Patel, hosted by Russia. This meeting was hosted by Russia. And 5th BRICS Culture Ministers meet attended by Prahlad Singh Patel. I was repeating that so that it can actually get sucked to your brains. Let's move to the other question. G20 Labour and Employment Ministers meet attended by obviously some Labour and Employment Minister, and his name is Santosh Kumar Gangwar. Santosh Kumar Gangwar, he is our Minister of Labour and Employment. He actually attended this meeting on behalf of our nation, our country. G20 Labour and Employment Ministers meet. You must be thinking that today I am in a mood to actually make you familiar with the names of all the ministers. But you know, there's no fault of mine. You can understand that all the meetings attended by these ministers only. So G20 Labour and Employment Ministers meet attended by Santosh Kumar Gangwar, hosted by Saudi Arabia. Again, let's move to the other question. Now a few days, important days. 5th September, no, not referring to Teachers' Day. I am saying International Day of Charity, that is 5th September. And if you wish to keep this in your mind forever, please understand this is basically the death anniversary of Mother Teresa. Yes, that is the death anniversary of Mother Teresa. To commemorate that great lady, this day is observed as International Day of Charity by United Nations. World First Aid Day. First Aid Day is, this year it was observed on 12th September. Does not mean that it is observed on 12th September every year. Be careful. Be careful. Be very, very focused when I'm explaining this. I am saying that it is observed on second Saturday of September of every September. Second Saturday of every September is observed as World First Aid Day. This year it was 12th September. That is why World First Aid Day observed on 12th September. So 5th September, International Day of Charity, death anniversary of Mother Teresa. So we are wrapping up here. Thanks for watching. If you could not understand, I generally say that switch to the Hindi medium session and don't forget to subscribe to Vidya Guru's channel. Thank you.